Questions at this time? Let's go ahead and.
I have some comments. I would like to be able to visit the schools without a 2-day notice. And that's in here. I think that if we see something going on at a school, hear about something, we should be able to go in and sign in and be able to find out what's going on without disrupting anything, or at least have that opportunity. Because right now, it looks like we don't. We have to give 2 days, and I don't like that. I don't think that's right, because I don't know, last year the middle school situation came up. I got a call from someone in town that suggested there's a whole bunch of disruptions going on at the middle school, and I was instructed I should go see the resource officer, and I did that, and I saw what was going on. If we have to wait 2 days, they can dust everything off, clean it, and make it look lily white. And I think that we are the superintendent runs the schools, but we are above the superintendent when it comes to managing the people from Kent County that voted us in, want us to really have checks and balances about what's going on in the schools. That's my opinion. And I think that, Mrs. McGee, do you go into the schools, do you give them 2 days notice, or do you go, how does all this work?
I don't go into the schools.
Okay, well, maybe you don't, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm just going to add something here. If there's a problem, well, first of all, let's back up a little bit. When you bring up the situation that happened at the middle school, to say that it's because of your visit that all of this was exposed, I think is a big overestimation on your part.
Okay.
Because I was already there. I was already there on a regular basis. I already knew what was going on, what wasn't going on, and I was in the middle of addressing it. So I think that I want to be really clear about that was not the case. And when you came into the school, the problem that I saw with you coming into the school is the principal had no idea you were there. You came in and talked to the school resource officer, who isn't even an employee of the school system. So I think there has to be some checks and balances so that we can all work together as a team and build trust.
I understand. Well, I saw what was happening, and I get it. If I had gotten the way I look at that situation, I hear it. You were in there and you knew what was going on. But if I had made an appointment, I wouldn't have seen what I saw. The kids yelling, screaming at the TV. I don't think I would have seen it, but maybe I would have. Who knows? My intention is not to go into schools and disrupt the classes. But I think, as I mentioned before, in my business, if someone comes in from OSHA or something, I'm not going to give them a 2-day notice. If they want to come in, they want to see the school. I think that if we want to go to any school, we need to check, and you're right about that, we need to check in with the principal of the school. But I think we should be able to go in whenever we want to go in.
Right.
But I just think that we should have a little more authority being the board and not having to rely on waiting 2 days to go into a school, and we can go in and talk to the principal. If it's not convenient, we can leave.
Right.
That's all I'm asking.
Right. And what I would, and I don't really have a dog in this fight when it's all said and done, really. But what I will say is that just by the nature of all of you being board members and being in a position of power, it does create a lot of, pomp and circumstance, if you will, when you come into the school. So the principal obviously is going to know that you're there, and you come in, just come in unexpectedly and say, hey, I want to visit your school. They may be in the middle of doing something really important, or they may be in the middle of dealing with a parent or dealing with a situation that's going on, and they are not going to be available to meet with a board member, to take the board members around. And so it's not meant to keep you out. The notice is not meant to keep you out. It's a matter to plan. They might be in the middle of testing. They might be in the middle of, they might have a big assembly going on. It's a matter of just giving the person who is leading that school an opportunity to say, hey, you want to come to my school? Fine, come on.
I think we need to all keep in mind and remember that as individual board members, we have no authority over the administrators or principals at a school. So us going individually to a school, we have no authority to tell that principal or administrator or teacher to do anything. Our only authority is as a board instructing Dr. Couch to do something. So, and I think it is insulting of you to suggest that our administrators would attempt to hide things. And I think that it is hurtful and untrue. And I think that it gives the wrong impression to our community. And I think that you owe our administrators an apology.
I have to disagree with you totally, Francois, Mrs. Sullivan, because I don't owe apology. I'm in here to make our schools better. I'm in here to find out what's going on. I'm in here to get to the truth, and a lot of stuff is covered up around here. I can't put my finger on it, but a lot of things are hidden. You can disagree all you want. That's fine, that's fine. But I'm not gonna apologize because I wanna keep fighting for our students. My goal is to have our students learn, and I don't wanna have fighting in the schools. I don't wanna have disruptions. I want things to operate correctly. So if you disagree with me, that's fine. I'm sticking to what I feel. We were, again, voted on by the citizens of Kent County, and we supersede the superintendent.
So the beauty about it being on a board like this is that we all have an opinion, right? So I will give my opinion, and I promise it won't be long. For me, I am a huge proponent of process and trusting the people that we have in place. If they're not the right people, they need to go. My role on this board is to do what I've told my kids for a very long time, is that my job as a parent is to clear the runway. My job as a board member is to help clear the runway for the superintendent and administration and staff and custodians and teachers and everyone to educate these children and take care of these children in those 4 buildings. I do not have an issue with the 2-day. That's my opinion. I would rather they focus on the educational side. We're small enough to know that if there's smoke, there's probably a fire burning. And in my experience, every time I've smelt smoke or seen smoke, the fire is there and it's already being addressed in one form or fashion. That's just my opinion. So that being said, this is for information only tonight. We have 4 board members that seem to not want to get rid of the 2-day. We have 1 board member that does. We can certainly guide one way or the other, for next time as to whether we want to remove that or not.